Very well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another cast, trend following with trend following Tyson. So here it is, guys. We're marching forward through March and very productively. So let's protect our capital. Let's protect the gains we have, and let's move up the stops. Let's move up the stocks, protect our capital, and protect our gains. All right. We're just about halfway directly in the middle of March, and we're doing quite well for ourselves. The entries that we're taking, the signals, the process that we're following is a very profitable process, and let's just keep doing what we're doing. I seen Stock Garden's family out at the Busch Gardens, and I'm going fishing tomorrow at the lake here in Phoenix. So everyone enjoy the weekend before we get back into trading Monday, and let's just protect what we have, and let's just keep going on. Let's close out the month. Let's get ready to close out the month we have. Let's keep taking the signals, and man, really good stuff going on here. So it's just like if you guys watch, if you ever watched a good basketball team, if you ever watch basketball, I know college is in and the playoffs are in. If you ever watch the good teams and the teams that are scoring points and the teams that are winning, you have to look at those teams and look at the process that they're following, and see that they're more influent with their process, that they're more in flow with the game, that they're more that when they score their points, there is more of a charisma going, and what they're doing in their process is more in sequences and more in flow. So let's keep our process in flow, and our process is a profitable process in which we buying winners, holding winners, riding these huge trends, cutting losers when we see them. So I might start out with 10 positions and I might end up with 5. So I started out with about 10 positions and I got about 5 winning positions left, but I'm riding those 5 positions, and they have made me a huge profit, to where those little losers that I had when I had 10, I've cut all those, and they were small losers. Make sure that your risk is in check, but ride your big winners out, okay? So disregarding the big swing and trying to jump in and out was fatal to me. Nobody can catch all the fluctuations in a bull market, and I think he may be talking about day trading. Nothing against day trading, but just saying nobody can catch all the fluctuations, and we're not trying to catch a fluctuation. We're sitting inside the bull market. In a bull market, the game is to buy and hold until you believe that the bull market is near its end. To do this, you must study general conditions and not tips or special factors affecting individual stocks. Okay, so we're studying the general conditions, we're studying the trend, we're studying how these stocks are moving, where they like to pivot, how they're continuing, where they're pulling back, where should we be buying, where is the trend incorrect, and where's the trend correct at. Okay, they say you never grow poor taking profits. No, you don't. But neither do you grow rich taking a 4-point profit in a bull market. So we're talking about growing poor or staying mediocre, and we're talking about growing rich in the stock market. Neither do you grow rich taking a 4-point profit in a bull market, where I should have made $20,000. I made $2,000. That's what conservatism did for me. It's kind of like a chemist sitting inside the lab. It's a very fine mix before he adds the right things that blow up the laboratory, or he adds the fine mix before he can say voila. I think we said this before. So we need to have just enough risk to where we're not blowing ourselves up, and we're able to sit inside of big moves, and we're not inning and out trying to get in and saying ooch and ouch over every fluctuation. We need to have just enough right capital and enough risk that when we lose, we're not losing big. We're losing at 2%, but if we win, those wins got to be $20,000 wins, guys. They got to be big wins, okay? Beautiful stuff from Jesse Livermore, and let's jump into the trend picture. TNDM, you guys already know we're hitting home runs here. Like I said, very productive and constructive March, and I'm very happy about what we've done here in March, and we're going to continue marching forward very productively. And TNDM, boom, took this gap up here. Of course, you guys know we were watching this thing way down here as it was knocking over price levels to the left here. So, and I just can't believe the stock's in the 73. This thing could get to 80 as it continues to chew up chart over here to the left. I wouldn't be surprised if the thing got to 80 into 100. So TNDM, we liked it long, and we're continuing where we're at now. This thing is out of the 1 year time. As you see, if you go into the 1 year where there's nothing to the left of us, we've already cleared the chart to the left. So here we are in this at the very, very top right, and things are looking extremely bullish there. And I like how this stock is starting to continue to chew up this chart. So TNDM for continuation, and I'm sitting tight. I'm also long CSLT, and let's see how this thing's been turning out. So I'm long CSLT. I've got to kind of sit inside that and see what's going to happen there. That's also a winner though. I've also had some good things happen there in that stock, so I really can't complain. So there's the 1 year. I know it kind of looks funny. That's when that's the yearly time frame. When you pan out, that's several years on that time frame. So I don't know if this thing's gonna get into try to chew up some of this other sides of this chart up here, but I don't know. We'll see. But I'm long on this action here. I liked the price action that was just stacking up price to the right here, kind of like in this 2 o'clock trajectory that we always discuss, and kind of enjoyed longs there inside of CSLT. So I was already long before this gap up inside of 3. I kind of took this long. You guys know we take this 2 o'clock trajectory, took it long, and boom. So I like CSLT for continuation. I want to see if we'll get through 4, kind of having a stumbling block there at 4. So I'm willing to take a profit here underneath 385 if we start closing below 385. But I'm liking CSLT for continuation. All right, APPS. I don't know what's going to happen there. Whoa, I drew up a lot of stuff. I'm sorry, you guys. All the mess I drew up on this chart here. So I'm looking to see if this thing is going to continue. As you guys see, I drew up on this chart. Sorry about the mess. I'm long APPS though. Kind of still hit this barrier at 4. I mean at 330, 335, 333, and holding support here at 309. I don't know. This thing does kind of go sideways and then makes higher highs. So it's kind of sitting sideways, digesting prices up here. Looks like some higher highs may be coming in. That chart looks a mess. Sorry about that. I like gold and black though. I like gold. It's like a winner's cup. Well, not a lot to say about DBD. As you guys know, we were buying longs on DBD when it was breaking out of this area here. We were looking at longs here. So DBD doing some really nice things. And remember what we discussed about buying stocks when they gap up. So DBD gapped up and we started buying more of it. And then so we're long through 7 and through 10. I took another chunk at 10. So we'll see what happens with DBD. Just kind of, and the key point was this, see where it broke out of this area here, and then it broke out of this overhead thing. So let's pan out a bit on the 5 and see what we have here. But yeah, DBD looking really good. And we totally broke out of this area here. So DBD just enjoying this ride here. Nothing to really say there. I don't know, this thing totally reversed in price and just a lot of upside when we pan out into that 5 year. So I don't know, but we've definitely see this downtrend here where price was not able to kind of break. It kind of tip and it kept tipping against here, and we broke out of that. So prices definitely have reversed, and now I don't know how far this thing's gonna reverse. That's not my job. I'm just here to ride price. So damn, DBD, just another huge winner. Reversed out of this downtrend here. See, here it was here. Broke out of it and boom, here we go. That's why this level here was a crucial level. Even though it was crucial to the left of it, that's the reason why it was crucial, because inside this angle, if you would have angled it price, bam, DBD for continuation. Huge winner there. All right, TEUM. This thing just ran away from me. I'll see if I can get a long on it this week coming up. Just totally priced. I saw this thing when it was breaking over 350 and coming out over again over 4, and I just watched it march from basically out of this area here, break out of this area at 3, and watched it march all the way through 350. Watched it march through 4, and now I'm watching it march. Watched it march all the way through 5, and now it's at 520. And if you pan out, here we go. We got a good reason why we're looking at this thing. All right. So this is how the huge winners. This is how TNDM looked in the beginning. It had huge upside up here, and then it just started signifying signs of the chart starting to break out of areas to the left. Remember, I showed you guys we watched TNDM as it broke out of like lower levels at like $7, $8. So here's TEUM breaking out of these little tiny levels like this. 350 was a key level. And over to the left over here, this level here, 375, and now this level here at 481. So this thing just breaking out of levels, man. Huge upside on this stock, and I don't have anything to say, but that thing is just quite wonderful. TEUM, huge upside on that stock if it continues to break chart up. So TEUM looking wonderful, looking for longs there. That's a huge home run. AU, looking on the gold, I seen as I was looking through the charts, oil and gas are starting to show strength, and only how I know strength is the charts will show me where the strength is at. That's only how I know. But anyways, this gold, AU, I was riding this thing earlier this year, had a huge move up and kind of boom, and now we're finding support inside this level and maybe looking for another leg up. So that gold thing is kind of turning back up, starting to turn back up. ACB, I saw some interesting areas on this chart. Let's just look at it real quick. So looking decent over there on the 1 year time frame, and looking decent again up here. So starting to break out, showing some decentness here. ACB with some nice upside. That's the Aurora Cannabis. AES. Remember we showed you this thing way back when it was in a trend. I know I showed you guys this thing way back here. It was in a trend in 13, and it was kind of in this channel, and then we broke out, and then boom. So AES, and then remember when the pullback. So let me teach you guys a lesson. Back when we had that really bearish market behavior back shortly ago, about a month or two ago, the market was really bearish, and we just barely got into this kind of bullish market. Remember how we were discussing AES about areas where you should be buying pullbacks, and when we start breaking out. So here's AES, pulled back out of that whole bearish area that we were discussing a few months ago. That was market was really bad. Now look where we're at now, top right. All right, so goes to show you again, don't ever bet against home runs or bullish stocks or things like that. Bet with the strength, always bet with the trend. BLFS showing you some huge upside. I remember trading this thing from the lower price ranges into 6. Can't believe it got all the way to 26. So here we are, starting to found some support in this trend and headed to the upside. So I like this thing long now where it's at, with a stop maybe below 15.95, and then I like this thing for continuation though. BLFS starting to find some more strength back in that trend. All right, BVN, I have a few tickers, I'm not going to get through them all. BVN is just showing some strength there to the upside. I like that thing with a stop below 1650. Something may be wrong if it starts to break below that area, but here we are in the 5 years, showing you really good, showing you some strength. All right, this was a $4 stock in 2016 to $17 stock now, okay, and breaking out of a crucial area. So BVN for continuation. All right, that's that metals. It has something to do with, that's like a metalling, like a France or Brazilian metals. SIG. All right, here we are on a 5 year time frame, also breaking out some key areas. I'm long this thing. I have a small position here, letting this thing sit, but I was long this thing breaking over 3. So now we've already covered a whole dollar. So SIG breaking out of a key area here, sitting on top of a key area, and maybe looking for some upside. All right, a lot of chart upside on that thing if it decides to get going. And here you see the strength on this yearly, inside the yearly time frame. All right, so SIG, ENPH was a huge winner. I showed you guys this thing once before. Huge winner, and it kind of had that beautiful rounding bottom, and it just there it is, beautiful rounding bottom. Made my entries back here when this thing was a $2 stock. Now look at it. I was buying this thing back here. Why else would this be here? This was a $2 stock. Now it's a $9 stock. Beautiful stuff. ENPH. ENPH just rounding up. I like the upside there. You can buy that thing now. Look at that. Looks what it's done. This is my point. I like when stocks break out of their 1 year. You see this strength on a 1 year time frame, and we're on the top right. If you have to come out of this 1 year time frame to find prices to the left, and you need to go forward, you know, pan out in time, then that means we're rather bullish, and we're starting to, now you need to look for prices to the left. You need to pan out to start seeing more prices on the left. That means we chewed up significant amount of the chart. We're inside of a bullish, very bullish chart. Okay, so ENPH looking very bullish, and I like for it to just keep chewing that chart up there. You can take your longs and get your stops in around $8. Live X looking really good. Let's just see why. All right, looking halfway, holding up some prices, middle of this range here, but has some upside. Starting to chew up some prices though. We're definitely in an uptrend with that Live X. All right, RUBI, I showed you guys last week. This thing just still bullish. All right, sitting at the top, very top of that chart. All right, now you need to pan out on the 5-year to see where we're going. And plenty of upside on RUBI. All right, look at this. Look at this curling structure here. Looks very, very, very good. See that? Huge upside on RUBI. I like that thing long now with a stop below the initial, this gap up space here. But let's tighten it up and go below this bar here, 615. Okay, 650 initially should hold, and then knock the rest of it off below 625. But make your initial stop at 650. We should be holding up 650. RUBI looking really good. All right, TELL, and then we'll get ready to close it down. All right, not a lot going on out there besides the trends that we're already following. Okay, TEL just kind of in this weird place, just shows you need to start buying price when price starts behaving like this here, rounding and showing breakouts and stuff. So TEL looking good. Looking all right, pretty decent. And Zynga, top right of that chart, plenty of room to go. I like what we're doing here. So if you want to buy strength, there's some ZNGA. All right, so see you guys next week. Protect the profits we have. Let's keep taking the right signals, guys. All right, see you next week.